Welcome back to the ASUN Gameday Podcast. William Hall, Jordan Griffitt here with North Alabama men's basketball head coach Tony Pujol. Coach, how are you?
How you doing today, William?
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. Excited about the North Alabama basketball right now.
Same here, brother. We're excited as well.
Just starting off with just the most recent event, Jakari Lane, a reigning player and newcomer of the week. He's made a strong case for being the newcomer of the year and freshman of the year. So, Coach, just tell us about what he's brought to your team this year.
Well, I could tell you this. When we recruited Jakari, dating back to his junior year in high school, one of the things that I and my staff, both, all of us kind of agreed upon is this young man was definitely a commander on the floor. Played with a lot of poise, especially at the level that they were playing at, obviously winning 2 state titles as a junior and as a senior. Now, what we wanted to see was how it translated at this level. And right off the bat, the first day of practice, going up against guys like KJ Johnson, who has been in the league, a guy like Daniel Ortiz, who was an all-freshman player last year. Man, he really impressed us early on. And we knew it was all a matter of time. It was just getting him used to be honest with you, it wasn't even the speed of the game or the physicality. It was more of the just kind of making sure that he understood the attention to detail and the consistency that he had to play with. And man, he was a quick learner. And obviously we at the university and obviously our basketball program have benefited tremendously from it.
Coach, another player I want to talk about, Daniel Ortiz, you kind of mentioned him a little bit. Sometimes when guys have standout freshman years, you see maybe a little plateau their sophomore season. Not with Ortiz this year. He's gotten so much better and improved in a lot of categories. What can you say about him this season?
Well, what I could tell you about Daniel is one of the things that we talked to him about last year is last year we felt that he was, and we needed it from him, right? Because we lost Peyton Youngblood to injury and had a bunch of events happening during the season. I think we had like 14 different lineups in the last 17 games that we played in conference play, the 16 games and the postseason game. We have 14 different lineups, and we kind of relied on him, but he was more of a high volume shooter. This year, we talked to him about being more efficient, and man, he's really taken a hold of it and really run with it. And that's the one thing about Daniel is Daniel's one of these young men that once you give him the blueprint, brother, he's all in for it. And again, just very thankful for the maturity, right? His maturity is really what stood out to me, and to grab that bit of information that the staff gave him, and he ran with it. And brother, he's had a heck of a year.
Yep. He's been exciting to watch. The whole team has this year, up to 16 wins, most since you've been there in charge of the program. So non-conference season, North Alabama was one of our best teams. Obviously, you got the great win against Ole Miss, got a lot of attention there. So moving into conference play, where you've got 8 wins, what did you carry over from that non-conference success that helped you all in conference play?
Well, I can tell you right now that we needed that non-conference schedule to prepare us for what was lying ahead. I mean, guys, I've been in this league now. This is my 5th season, and I can tell you right now, it is as deep, it is as talented, and we already know it's a very well-coached league. So I knew going in, this was going to be a gauntlet year. It was going to be a year that's going to test not just North Alabama, it's going to test everybody in our league, right? And, up and down, I mean, from the first place team all the way to 14, it's always going to be a dogfight, and it's proven, right? So I can tell you right now, what we got out of the non-conference was we played style of plays that were similar to league. When you talk about a team like Ole Miss, man, in my mind, the first team that pops up is like a Kennesaw. It's a physical team. It's an athletic team. It's a team that's going to get, defend you well. Again, a well-coached team. So, it's just those type of games that we played in non-conference that we can now kind of put together when we play teams and say, we've already seen that. We've already played a team like that. And I can tell you, we benefited a lot from that because and here recently, right? With winning 7 out of our last 8, I think it's a direct, just a direct influence from our non-conference schedule.
And Coach, using the word gauntlet, that's kind of what you guys have the last 4 games of the regular season. Bellarmine, EKU, Kennesaw State, and Jacksonville State. But you guys are playing your best ball of the year. You mentioned 7 out of the last 8. What do you want to see from your team down the stretch?
Well, to me, I know it sounds like a cliche, but all I'm focusing on is Bellarmine right now, and that's what the team's focusing on. That's the way we've always, since we got here, that's the way we approach our season. Is we worry about the most important game of the year, which is the next one on the schedule, right? So right now our focus is Bellarmine. But you say we got a gauntlet down the stretch. Man, if you just pull everybody's schedule, everybody's got a gauntlet down the stretch. There are teams that got 3 games on the road down the stretch. We're fortunate that we're splitting at least 2-2, but there's some teams that are going to be on the road for 3 of the 4 games. And then again, the teams that they're playing. So, I guess what I'm looking for my team is that we lock in and understand that we're about to play a very physical game against Bellarmine. We're going to play in, I guarantee you, in a hostile environment, because their fans are fantastic for them. They really, really have a passion for their program. And you're not going to get a better, well-coached team than a Bellarmine team. So the challenge is there for our team. It should excite us, right? Because this is the time of the year. These are what we call the dog days, right? These are the days that we got to start understanding that the level of play has to constantly be going up. So I'm excited. I can't wait to get to the Yum Center and toss it up against Bellarmine.
Well, yeah, looking forward to that game and all these last 4 over the stretch all across the league, but especially want to see how UNA closes out the season. So, Coach, thank you again for your time. Best of luck. We hope to run into you sometime in the postseason.
Yeah, guys, obviously always a pleasure to be around you guys. So thank you very much, and we'll look forward to seeing you down the road.